What's up, guys? In this video, this is going to be an interesting one. So this one is going to be Mancera versus Montale fragrances. Um, as you guys can tell, recently I've gotten a few Manceras and a few of my first Montales actually. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and put the one in my third place spot against each other, and see which one I prefer. Um, Reason I'm doing this is because I believe Montal is actually more impressive to me than Mancera. I actually thought it would be the other way around, but it's actually ended up being Montal, in my opinion, is superior to Mancera. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with the number 3 spot for Mancera. These are gonna be my top 3. I do have way more Manceras than I do have Montals. Um, so I only had these 3 Montals compared to these are my top 3 Manceras as of right now, as of today that I'm recording this video. But I still have, I believe I only have one left that's coming, but I already know it's not going to be in my top 3. So first one we're going to go ahead and start off with is going to be Midnight Gold for my Mancera. This one to me smells like Gucci Guilty Pour On EDP. Um, that kind of scent DNA or scent profile. It's pretty much just a niche version of it. So, and we're gonna go ahead and put that against Honey Oud by Montale. So, I'm gonna go ahead and spray them side by side, put them on a tester strip, and see which one I prefer. Just from what I remember, I do believe that the winner of this one is going to be Midnight Gold, but I'm gonna go ahead and respray and smell just in case. They're both really good. They're both in my top 3, even though these are my only 3 Manceras. They're by far 3 of my just best ones. Like each one is a really good one. So for this scent profile, it's a hard one to put against, but if it was just a regular day and I had to pick a fragrance, I would go with the Midnight Gold just because it's an easier wear. I feel like for Honey Oud, I would have to be in the mood to wear it. Um, Unlike Midnight Gold, it's an easy to grab. Like I said, it smells like a niche Gucci Guilty Pour On. But winner of this round is going to be Midnight Gold. So I just focus, but whatever. You guys get the point. So next one, let me go ahead and put the strips on here. Next is going to be Mancera's Sicily versus. This one's a close one for first place. It was a hard one for the Montale, which one to put second and first. This one's gonna be Upashima or Pashmina. So let's go ahead and get these sprayed on the test strip. Like I said in one of my videos, Sicily to me is like the orange, and then Soleil d'Italy is like the peel, the orange peel, which is a weird way to describe the fragrance or in the differences in between these fragrances, but it's the best way to describe it in my opinion. Um, so yeah, very citrusy, like an orange. Pretty much like eating an orange or a mandarin. That's exactly what you're gonna smell when you try this fragrance. Pretty much reminds me of Afternoon Swim by Louis Vuitton. Then we have Montale's Oud Pashmina, which you would have to be a fan of Ombre Nomad by Louis Vuitton to enjoy this scent profile. I know that one's somewhat divisive, but you guys already know how much I love Ombre Nomad. It's pretty much a Louis Vuitton versus Louis Vuitton. It's Ombre Nomad versus Afternoon Swim, pretty much. And I'm going to go ahead and go with the Oud Pashmina by Montale. So Montale would be winning this round. This round ties it up at one Montale, one Mancera. Let's go ahead and put these aside. And the last one, this is going to be the hardest one just because I already know there's gonna be a really tough choice to make. But let's go ahead and do it anyways. This one's gonna be Sole de Italy. This is so far my best Mancera. It smells different on the test strip. I know what it smells like on skin, but it doesn't smell as much as an orange peel. It's more like a this one. It smells very clean on the test strip. It smells really nice on the test strip. I do prefer how it smells like on skin, but I do still really enjoy what it smells like. Put this back on there. Now, first place for my Montale is going to be Wooden Spices. Like I said, this was a difficult one to put in first. I didn't know if to put it first or second, just because Oud Pashmina, it's a fragrance I also do enjoy. Could go either one. So, and I'm also bearing my nose into these test strips. I have done a full wear for all of these, so I know what they smell like on skin. But this one is definitely a hard one. So this one's like a powdered orange. Which this is the Sole d'Italy. Wow, Wooden Spices is like a niche version of Jacques Bogart Porom, which both are really good. How long these fragrances would last, just because these are both pretty much, I would say pretty much tied. The Montale Wooden Spices does last a lot. I got a I got a compliment maybe like 12, 13 hours after wearing this fragrance outside. Soleil de Italy. It's one of those that you spray it on yourself and you go nose blind too right away. So I don't know how long it lasted on me. Um, both of these I've only done one full wearing each, just because I've gotten them within this last week. But I think Wooden Spices might win this one by a little bit, but it wins. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna have to go ahead with Wooden Spices as the winner of this round, which is the last round. In my number one spot, out of both of these fragrances for each house, I will have to go with Wooden Spices by Montale. So another reason I'm making this video is because I could have just perfected three of the Montale fragrances that I received. Like the ones I decided to buy could have been the best ones, and I just haven't tried any other ones either. I am planning on getting Roses Musk, um, but I also do have, or I've tried 15 Manceras. So 15 Manceras, and if I sold my entire collection of Manceras, these three, maybe just the two, would be the only ones I would miss. So the top two, Soleil de Italy and Sicily, are the only ones I would probably miss out of all the Manceras. Possibly Oud Cafe. That one I had a thought about selling it, just to try to get Intense Cafe by Montale, just because I wanted a bit more of a stronger coffee note, but it'd be dumb to sell the coffee one for the coffee one and end up like, let's say I ended up liking the Mancera more than I did like the Montale, then just stuck an L on that one. So um, yeah, I mean, so think about that. If you get 15 fragrances in a house and only two are worth you just um, enjoying, or just like if I sold all of them, I would only miss two of them. Um, which I was actually speaking to Neil about this earlier, and he said that's why people call Mancera the gateway drug to niche fragrances. And I absolutely agree because these Mancera fragrances, they're good, they're wearable, they have depth, they're just not they're just not that great. Um, like let's say Intoxicated by Killian. That one's by far my number one. Um, Zerjoff Aurum so far is way more special than any of the Manceros I've tried so far. Um, Bertus Vanilla Oud. It's a little bit overhyped for what the price is, but it's still a fragrance that smells very nice. Still something that's kind of like a showstopper. None of these Manceras have been showstoppers. I'm trying to think what else niche wise I have. I don't even know, but those are just three examples, and I don't know. I know when I first started with my Manceras, my first one was Intense Drop Boise, and I was expecting it to be better. Um, or let's say like Creed Viking. Creed Viking is a way better fragrance than any Mancera that I do have. Creed Aventus, obviously a way better fragrance than any of the Manceras I have. Um, so they're they're priced fairly. You're getting them for 80 to maybe 110, depending on which Mancera you're looking for, the hype they're getting behind it, and the popularity. I've pretty much found most of them to be kind of disappointing. If you just want a fragrance that lasts a long time, then Mancera might be the one for you because I would say most of these have lasted a long time. But Montales are, I believe, a little bit cheaper, or I've seen them for a little bit cheaper. They smell better to me, and they last way longer than the Manceras so far from the ones I've gotten. So these three have outlasted pretty much I would say all my Manceras so far. So like today I'm wearing Saharian Wind. It's been maybe 8 hours. Pretty much just a skin tint at this point. But yeah, I mean, it's I don't know what happens here. I don't know if I just go ahead and end up all my Manceras and just keep these three and maybe Oud Cafe. Possibly try out Montal's Intense Cafe and see if I enjoy it or not. Um, Veteran Central, I know that's a lot of people's favorite Mancera, so I do have to give that one a full wearing. I have not done it yet. Um, I tried again, but to me, it's just like a nose blind in a bottle, something you really just can't really smell. I felt the same way about Brioni's Eclat, the white bottle. I just could not smell anything off the test strip. So I'm gonna give that one a full wear. I did show it to my girlfriend last night. She loved it. She thought it was a really nice fragrance, but I couldn't smell it. So maybe I gotta get my nose checked. All these Montale fragrances got my nose all jacked up. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting. I think it's an interesting video. I don't think people have compared these two against each other. They might have, maybe just not to this extent. Um, but what's the house that beats Montale for these cheaper gateway niche fragrances? I don't know. Would I pick a Mancera over a designer fragrance? With how redundant designer fragrances have been recently, I would. I don't think I would pick a Mancera over Valentino's Green Extravaganza. I don't think I would pick a Mancera over Dior Cologne. Maybe not even Dior Intense. Dior 2020, yes. Um, but yeah, I mean It's a weird one. It's a weird one. I think I always kind of wanted to collect Manceras. I After getting so many of them, I don't think that's the direction I want to go in anymore. Just because I wanted to have the variety that Manceras do have. There's a bit redundancy, so I wanted to avoid the redundancy, but there is a big variety. So I've tried 15, maybe more, and like I said, only 4, maybe. So that's the end of this video. Let me know what you guys think. This one's a video that gets you thinking a little bit more, maybe. I don't know. A different type of video. Hopefully different from what normally people make. Like I said, I don't really watch fragrance content anymore, so I don't really know. And I hope if someone has made this video before, I'm interested in what they had to say. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.